Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Suros Foundry weapons. The Suros Foundry is a weapon foundry in Destiny Year 2 that had a lot of cool guns, mainly Arms Day Gunsmith guns. But there's a couple other guns that we're going to talk about too. And we might, at the end, give a little bit of a top 3 Suros weapons, in my opinion, for Year 2 Destiny. So the Suros Foundry has been around since Year 1, kind of. There's been the Suros regime ever since Year 1, and a couple other Suros weapons, I think. Maybe just the Suros regime. But anyway, weapon foundries were introduced in Year 2, so since Year 2 is about to come to an end, and we're going to get Rise of Iron soon, I wanted to go over some Year 2 weapons. So the Suros Foundry is on the list today. And let's get right into it. So you see me using the Suros regime. This is a gun that you should know very well. It's been around since Year 1. The Year 2 version is a little different, but it was our first taste of the Suros Foundry. So I need to get into the Black Garden. Is it going to let me in? Oh, there's Taken over there. Can I just walk in? I think I can just walk in. So here we go. We're in the Black Garden. We're running the Suros weapons. And we're going to talk about it. So the Suros regime has been around since Year 1. In Year 2, it's got a little bit different. They gave it a new paint job and some new talents and some new perks. So you've got spinning up, which I was just using, which makes the longer the weapon fire, the faster it fires. And then we have focus fire, good old Year 1 setup. So, you know, fire at regular, it shoots a normal amount. Fire at ADS, it shoots slower and more powerfully. Focus fire is something that's been around for a while. So the Suros regime is nothing new, but it's the only exotic on the list. It's the only Suros exotic. But it's one of my favorite guns, so I had to do it first. We had to start off with the Suros regime. But let's talk about some other Suros guns. Let's talk about the ones that aren't actually Suros Foundry guns, but faction weapons. So first of all, let's talk about the Righteous 7. This is a mid-rate of fire, mid-impact auto rifle from the Suros Foundry. This is the April 2.2 update version with perfect balance, reinforced barrel, and counterbalance. I definitely recommend this gun if you can get it before Rise of Iron. This is one to get. I might do a video later on with guns to get, but Righteous 7's right up there. It's very similar to the ARI-41, a little bit different, but still a very cool gun. Mid-rate of fire, mid-impact, fun auto rifle. This one's unleveled, so you can see it's right out the gate. It's pretty usable, pretty good. I like it. I like auto rifles just because they don't take a lot of thought. It's just, you know, pull the trigger, spray some bullets. So that's the Righteous 7. We'll talk about the Suros ARI-41 too because they're very, very similar. You can see the reload's a little bit better on the ARI-41, but not much different. There's a little bit of difference that you can't see in the stat values that are in the numbers when you get right down to it. But here's the ARI-41. You can see that it feels about the same. I know from looking at the numbers from doing other videos that there's a slight difference. It's not noticeable in the visual representation, but it's still there. It's still there. So this is the ARI-41, just like the Righteous 7, mid-impact, mid-rate of fire auto rifle from the Suros Foundry. This one you get from the Gunsmith, either out of a Gunsmith package or a Foundry order. Yeah, it's a pretty cool gun. I like it. So what else we got? Let's talk about another faction weapon. So let's talk about an answering cord. This is the high impact, low rate of fire auto rifle from the Vanguard. So you can see it hits pretty hard, fires pretty slow. It's got a 27 round mag, found mag. What am I saying? But it's pretty strong. Pretty strong. Nothing to sleep on. This is the daily mission, so these enemies are not super easy, but they're not super hard. Kind of a good middle of the road, talk to you and shoot stuff type mission. Let's see if I can hit him. This one's very similar to the ARI-45 Foundry weapon from the Gunsmith. So if you pick this one or that one up, you'll get this one. This one I got out of a Vanguard package, I believe. It's got perfect balance, small bore and fitted stock. Not bad, not bad. It's got the sights, the SPO-57 sight I really enjoy, but high impact, low rate of fire, just like the ARI-45, if we can compare them. You see that the ARI-45 has some different talents. They're both unleveled, so it has some different stats. The range is a little bit lower, reload's a little bit lower, but the stability is a little bit higher. So if we fire the answering cord, that's the stability on the answering cord. Then if we switch to the ARI-45, see the unleveled, Stability is a little bit different. Kind of goes to the right where the answering cord goes to the left. So even though they may look identical, same rate of fire, same impact, they are different guns. So I will applaud Bungie for that. They do feel a little bit different, but that's fine. And I like that. So let's see if we can get some more enemies to shoot. We might have to run a little bit. Guys, tell me right now what your favorite foundry was from year 2, since we're in the middle of some running. And I'm doing kind of a live commentary. What foundry was your favorite? We got Hake, we got Amalan, and we got Suros. Which one was your favorite of year 2? And which one are you looking forward to in year 3? Or do you really want to look forward to another foundry like Nadir? I think Nadir's coming. There may be another foundry they haven't told us about. But ARI 45 action time. High impact, low rate of fire. Very similar to the answering cord, but a little bit different. You can see the stability is a little bit different. It'll work itself out a little bit differently than the answering cord, so you might actually like one over the other. But if you have a good version of one and not of the other, you'll definitely do well with either one. So, pretty fun gun. Next up, and the last faction weapon, the Hawksaw. Now, the Hawksaw is definitely one of the top tier weapons in Destiny, and this is the vendor version. So if it's another one of those guns from the Crucible vendor. If you need to pick up a gun before the end of Taken King, this is one to get. Crucible vendor version is very, very good. You want something with counterbalance, I believe. Does this have counterbalance? Yeah. Counterbalance, so this has fitted stock counterbalance, small bore, very stable, very high rate of fire, pulse rifle. Very good in PvP because of the stability, the range, and the fire rate. It's just top tier. It is. I'm going to die. Oh, this is bad. I'm going to die. Don't die. Don't die, death. Don't die, death. All right, here we go. Here we go. Not so good for me in PvE. In PvP, it's solid. Very, very solid. It's right up there with the PDX-45. They have very, very similar stats again, but this is the Crucible version, the Hawksaw. If we compare it to the PDX-45, you see that the stats are very similar. My PDX-45 is leveled up, so is my Hawksaw. They have a little bit different talents, so the stats are going to show a little bit differently. My PDX-45 has more range because I have a rifled barrel. But if we take off rifle barrel and put on speed reload, see that the range is a little bit about the same, but my Hawksaw has small bore, so, you know, apples and oranges at this point. But they're very, very similar stat-wise, just like the ARI 45 and the answering cord, or the ARI 41 and the Righteous 7. Very cool gun. I like it. I prefer my PDX 45 over the Hawksaw, honestly. So my Hawksaw, the talents aren't quite as good as my PDX 45. So I'm dead, so we got to start over again. So my PDX 45 has full auto, rifled barrel, and what's the third talent? I can never remember. But this is one of my workhorses. Perfect balance, rifle barrel, full auto. This is my workhorse for PvP. When I'm doing the Iron Banner, I need to get those wins, need to get those kills, need to get those bounties done. I'll pull out the PDX 45 and just go to town with it. I don't know why the full auto just does it for me on this gun. Full auto and rifled barrel. If you can get that on a PDX 45 or a Hawksaw, I mean, they're going to perform very similar. It's the talents that really won this one over for me, but full auto on this one just makes it a dream come true for me. I don't know why. It just does. I think these hobgoblins are what's been messing me up. Or this fella. We're going to kill you. But, yeah, this is my PvP gun. This is one that I recommend getting. You can't... The only way to get this one is to get it out of a Gunsmith package or get it from a Foundry order. So if you get one of these in a Foundry order, hold it till you get that perfect roll. I believe in year 3 these will be here. Don't hold me on that. Don't hold me on that. We don't know yet. But I think the Suros Foundry is going to stick around, so you might still be able to get this in year 3. But if you don't have one yet and you really want one, cross your fingers that he'll sell it before year 3 starts. So I don't know, but we'll see. But let's move along to the PDX 41. This is the mid-impact, mid-rate of fire pulse rifle from Suros. I really like this one. I got it before my PDX 45, or a different version I got before my PDX 45, and it had full auto too. And I liked it. You can see that the rate of fire is a little bit slower, a little bit harder hitting. This one's more PvE focused for me, not so much PvE. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Ba-boom, babushka. So PDX 41, very cool gun. I'll show it compared to my PDX 45, so you can see it's got about double the impact, less stability, but you're not firing as fast, so the stability is not as much of a challenge. I really like this one. I haven't used it in a while because my 45 just outperforms it in PvP, and in PvE I usually use a scout rifle or a hand cannon, just because it gets the kills a little bit quicker. I like having the higher impact one shot to it. So 41 though, very, very strong. You see this one's unleveled. Stability is very manageable. I actually like a little less stability on my pulse rifles. That way I can have a little bit of kick to kind of walk it up the body. So very strong gun. I actually enjoy this one a lot more, like I said, in PvE. And I had it a long time. So good gun. And finally, let's talk about the two scout rifles. We got the DIS-47 and the DIS-43. Let's talk about the 43 first. It's the higher impact of the two. I always get them confused. I don't ever remember which one's which. But this one is the higher impact, lower rate of fire. The other one I have a really cool roll on. But this one's very, very nice. Good PvE, good PvP. I've seen people use this in PvE and PvP. So it's very, very strong. It is a mid-impact, mid-rate of fire pulse or scout rifle from Suros that is a lot of fun. I don't know. This one's never quite clicked for me. The rate of fire just is a little either too slow or too fast. It's right in the middle range. I like the really slow rate of fire scouts for PvE, and I like the really high rate of fire scouts for PvP. So this one sits in the middle and just doesn't work out for me as well. But this one's got a pretty cool roll on it, so you can grab one of these. They will do you very well. Perfect balance, full auto, injection mold, lightweight, oiled frame. So really cool roll here with full auto. Definitely can recommend it. But let's talk about my DIS-47. This is the lower impact, higher rate of fire scout rifle from Suros, and mine has hammer forged, full auto, and small bore. So I have the range, I have the fire rate, and I have full auto. Fully auto. A very cool gun. So I feel like did I turn the wrong direction? Okay, we did. So if you just want to fire it, that's the fire rate. It's a little bit slower than a Suros regime. Hits a little bit harder, but it feels like an auto rifle. It's a lot of fun. In PvP, very, very cool. I've had this one for a long time, so I haven't used it in PvP in a while, but very cool gun. I actually really enjoy it. The only problem with it is you run out of bullets. Just like that. You run out of bullets faster than you think you should, because it's only got 18 rounds in the mag. If I could extend the mag, it would be perfect. So those are all of the Suros guns from the Suros Foundry for year 2, or at least all the ones I can think of. If I've missed one, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a whole video on it by itself. I don't know if I will do that, but let me know if I've missed it, and I'll take a look at it. But what do you guys think? What are your top 3 before I tell you mine? What's your top 3 Suros guns? What's your top 3 Taken King weapons? Which ones do you like the most? So I can go ahead and tell you, you probably know what one of them is. And it was the gun at the beginning, the Suros Regime. The Suros Regime is my number 3 Suros Foundry weapon, just because I've had it for so long. And in year 1, it was such a workhorse for me. In PvP, this was an amazing gun that I just loved using. Oh, the rocket launchers. I always forget about the rocket launchers. So we'll talk about the rocket launchers now. We did my number 3, but now we'll talk about rocket launchers. So we have the JLB-43 and the JLB-47. They have very similar stats. Very, very similar, depending on what you want. The 42 is a little bit slower in the velocity, a little bit better in the stability, which doesn't really matter. You want all the velocity you can get. This one does have, let's see, soft launch, which will give me more velocity, heavy payload. I believe it has javelin too. So this is a god roll minus the tracking. If you wanted this for PvP, you would want grenades and horseshoes. But I have the JLB-47 with grenades and horseshoes for PvP. I have speed reload, soft launch, and javelin. Get that max speed, pretty good velocity. But this is a PvP launcher that I use when I don't have my Iron Banner launcher with grenades and horseshoes and tripod. So I'll leave this on a different character if I'm PvPing, just messing around. This is the rocket launcher to use. If you didn't have that tripod Iron Banner launcher, this would be a top tier launcher. Top tier PvP launcher. Let's see if we can get some enemies to shoot. Come here, baby. Let's shoot you. Only got 2 rockets, but we have heavy ammo synth. Guys, I'm glad I didn't forget about the rocket launchers, aren't you? You'd have been mad at me. So there we go. There's a guy to hit. Turn my alarm off. Professional video. All right, one more launch. We got one more rocket. That's why I like grenades and horseshoes. It's got good blast radius. It doesn't take out everybody, but it's very, very solid. The 42 is going to feel exactly the same. It's just going to be a little bit slower on the velocity, so not a huge difference between the two. But if you're going for PvP, you need that speed. So the 47 is going to be a little bit better in PvP, but the 42 with the right talents, just like the 47, is going to be a strong launcher too. Very good launchers. Not going to probably hit these guys with those because I don't have grenades and horseshoes, but it has tracking on it. If I had it unlocked, you'd see it. But let's get back to my top 3. Let's go with number 2. What do you guys think number 2 is going to be? Number 2. My number 2 Suros weapon is DIS-47. Full auto, just fun. It's a fun gun. Definitely my fun gun award goes to the DIS-47 with that low impact, high rate of fire. Just fun from a distance, fun from up close. Use it like an auto rifle with the full auto. And it's my number 2 gun. So what's my number 1, you ask? Well, I'm sure you can probably figure it out by now. I talked about it earlier. PDX-45. Number 1 Suros gun from year 2. Just the full auto, the stability, the range, everything. It's PvP capable, PvE capable. I really enjoy using it. I've used it a bunch. This is the one I've used the most in year 2 of the Suros weapons. So very solid, a lot of fun. Like I said, for PvE or for PvP, if I'm looking to get stuff done, I will pull this gun out just to finish people off because of the range, because of the stability, because of the fire rate. It's right up there with the Hawksaw with these talents. So that's my Suros Foundry. What do you guys think? What are your favorites? Which ones did you get in year 2? Which ones are you hoping they bring to year 3? And which ones do you have God rolls on? Let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to talk about it. And if there's any gun in my list that you want me to do a full video on by itself, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. That's where I get a lot of good ideas. You guys give me a lot of great ideas for videos. I'm getting wrecked by something. Oh, it's you. Have a grenade. Oh, killed myself. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I'm going to get out of here. You guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. I'm Death from Above. I really appreciate it. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. And I'm out of here. Until next time, I will see you later. See you. Bye.